Hey everybody, Brian Nates here, and I'm actually in my backyard today. I actually normally do these videos from my office, but yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, I live like my backyard. It's a cornfield. A lot of people that know me know that, but it's really cool. I enjoy it a lot. But I was home today, and I'm just doing this completely random because I just started thinking, and I'm like, man, so many people they just don't get it. And what I'm talking about is like how we just use our money. Um, I was thinking about like what is the worst financial product ever created? I mean, in my opinion, yes, the checking account. And people are like, "What are you talking about?" Well, I just created these random slides. I'm gonna go through them, but just to kind of think through this, why do I say the checking account is like the worst product ever created? Well, because it keeps us doing exactly what they want us to do. Like, I know this is so like weird or conspiracy theory, whatever, but like, no, really think about it. Like, how convenient it is with checking accounts. We get direct deposit into them. We can move money from it whenever we want. We get charged for a lot of our checking accounts. Think about that. It's kind of weird. We're giving money to the bank to hold for us. And if we don't give them enough, or certain checking accounts have a monthly fee, think about that, right? So it just got me thinking, like, you know what? While I'm home today, like, just do this random video. So I hope you like it. It may not be that long, but it just really made me hit home on what I was thinking. So let's look at this. What is the worst financial tool ever? And like I was saying before, for me, guys, it's the checking account. Like, why do we even use them? Well, because we're controlled by the very banking system that wants us to use it, right? Like, makes it so easy for us. They give us a little debit card attached to it. They make it easy when we get paid, we can get direct deposit into it. Like, back in the day, they used to give you like a free toaster for signing up. Like, think about the system and what checking accounts really are. It is a account, kind of. It's an electronic account, really, that says, hey, give us your money. Store your dollars here so that we can make it easy for you to spend it, right? Like, that's it. So think about that. Your money that you're making is just sitting there until you use it to do something else with it. That just doesn't make sense to me. Why would we just let the bank have our money? I'm guilty of it too. I have a checking account. And I think if you use it the best way possible, which I'm going to talk about, it's okay to have one. But don't get conditioned to do what every bank wants you to do when you're not. Like, look at this chart. The interest rates on these things are horrible. It just doesn't make any sense. Now we're at, less than half a point, half a percent. Why would we keep our money there? Except that it's easy and it lets us pay our bills and it lets us transfer dollars between our PayPals and our Zells and our Venmos all the time. The bank is using your money. So let's talk about that. How does the bank actually flow? You make your money, you get paid. That's us, right? That's all of us happy consumers and making our money, whether you're a business owner making money or you're a W-2 earner. And when you make your money, you say, you know what? I got to put it in the bank. Again, a lot of times it's direct deposit. And what is that doing for you? Honestly, nothing. Nothing. What is it doing for the bank? Oh my goodness, everything, which I'll get into. When you want your money, you take it right back. Pretty simple. And again, I just made these slides up a few minutes ago. Not all at once a few minutes ago, but I finished them a few minutes ago. Yet, when you want to borrow money, from the bank. They're actually using your capital that you gave them so that they can borrow money against it, a lot more than what you gave them, by the way, just to loan it right back to you. And yeah, you're getting it for 6%. That's what it is nowadays in 2025. 6, 7%, 6, 7, right? And that money just flows right back to the builder or the seller of the house. And what do they do with it? Well, they flow it right back to the bank. So the money just did a cycle. And that wasn't even the bank's money. I'll talk about that more. Okay. You gave it money. It has money from other sources. It actually borrows money compared to what you gave it as well, and lent it right back to you at 6%. But then you also want to buy a car. That's 8%. Same thing. They're going to borrow to get it, lend it out to you at 8%. You give the money to the car dealership, and they put it right back in the bank. And the same thing for when you want to remodel your house or do a consolidation loan or whatever, right? All the money is constantly flowing right back to the bank. You want to borrow money for your kids' college? Same thing. You want to borrow money off your credit card? Even worse now, because now we're looking at 20, 30% interest, but it's all flowing back. And so those dollars are cycling over and over and over back to the bank. And you're a good little consumer of that bank, and you opened up your checking account and you got your savings account, but that money's never doing anything for you. And if you add up the 6%, the 8%, the 10%, the 6%, the 20%, I mean, holy cow, they're making 50% on you. That's crazy. And if you really understand what fractional reserve banking is, they're actually making a whole lot of money off your dollars. And you're getting nothing for it. But we just like kind of let it like it is what it is, right? And we just, well, I get paid, I put my money in the bank, and I use it. It makes it easy. Yeah, it makes it easy. They make it easy for you so that you continue storing your dollars with them before using it for other things. Your checking account, your savings account, your money market, your CDs. Like, why do we do it? Well, because Brian, it's easy. That's what we do, right? Holy cow, with just a little bit of tweakage, a little bit of change, man, there's so much more we can do with our dollars. So it's working for us instead of the bank. So fractional reserve banking really is this. For every dollar that we have in the bank, in our deposit accounts, checking accounts, savings accounts, right? CDs, etc. Like for every dollar we have in there, the banks themselves are allowed to borrow up to 10 times that amount, and in some instances, even more than 10 times, depending on what's going on in the economy and stuff. But let's just say up to 10 times. So you have $1,000 in your checking, they can borrow 10,000 from the Fed, and let's say it's at 2-3% right now, right? And it goes down, it goes up. It was down to like 1% before, right? But it goes up a little bit. But I want you to think about it. They borrow those dollars at 2%, 3%, and they're loaning it back to you with a spread, right? 6% loan, which is amortized, by the way. That's a whole nother story. Amortizing loans, the way the interest is calculated is ridiculous. The effective rate is not even 6%, but let's just keep it easy. Or 8% or 10%, right? 20, 30% with the Visa cards. Wouldn't you want to be the bank? If you could be the bank where you're literally using someone else's capital to give to somebody else, and you're the middleman, you're collecting that spread, and you can get more capital to do that with more people if you just allow people to store dollars in your bank so that you can borrow more to lend more. Holy cow. When you really understand what's going on, it is crazy. Let's become the bank. Okay. So that's a conversation probably for another day. But what checking accounts are really doing for us, and this is why I'm saying, like, when you really understand it, you're like, Brian, I get what you're saying, why it's the worst financial tool ever. There's nothing good for you except It lets you store your dollars there so you can use it, so you can buy things, so you can spend. That's it. There's no growth, there's no wealth building from it. You're just using it as a storage facility for your dollars. What if you could have a better storage facility? What if you could have a better place to store that capital? That's why I say storage facility for those dollars so that you can literally have money working for you, even if you're using it for other things. There are ways to do that, which a lot of my videos talk about, right? The infinite banking concept, the velocity banking methodology, right? It all makes sense when you fully understand it. One of the best advice I will ever say, and which is what I was told years ago, is when you understand what's happening, when you understand what it really means to control the function of banking in your life, you're going to know exactly what you need to do. And I'm just going to say, hey, let me be the one to help you. I really understand this and I can make an impact and difference in your life. Okay. So again, checking account. All it really is there is to spend money from, right? Put money in it, spend it, pay bills, etc. What is an alternative? What is a better way? Well, you still need to have a checking account. I'll say, I get that. Like money has to flow through it to do other things with it. It makes it easy. That's why they draw us in. But why not direct your dollars to a storage facility first? Where the money is actually doing something for you. And there's multiple strategies to actually do this. There's velocity banking, which is a teaching for another day. I have videos on that. The infinite banking concept is phenomenal, where you can literally eliminate interest, get out of debt, build wealth, become your own system of control, become your own family bank, where the money is actually being used to not just grow for you, but you could use it for other things as well, like pay off debt or invest, etc. You can literally have the dollars working for you twice instead of once if you do it the right way. Okay. So, what I'm saying there is direct the dollars to places where it actually works for you. That's what I specialize in with people. I can help. Okay. I'll say, don't just get lazy. Right? Why am I saying that? Because the checking account is lazy. They've made it lazy on purpose to control us. Don't let them. Okay. It should be. I have a checking account. I'm not gonna say I don't, but I don't store much money there at all. Like my money's flowing through the checking account quick because it's going elsewhere. It should be the on-ramp to the highway. It should not be the highway, and it definitely should not be the destination for your dollars. Okay? Move it. Store it elsewhere. Move your money where it can actually work for you. There's multiple strategies that we can talk through and I can help with. Okay? One of the best places to start, one of the best, is store your capital in a whole life, dividend paying, cash value designed life insurance contract from a mutual company. Gosh, that's a lot of words, right? But I'll say it again. Store your capital inside of a whole life cash value insurance policy designed for infinite banking, the infinite banking concept. Okay. So we're going to store your dollars in that from a dividend paying whole life contract with a mutual company. All of that's important. And I work with the best for this concept. So I'm here to help. Okay. Um, you want the money stored there so that you can actually use it from the policy as it's called taking a loan against it to do other things so that you can flow the dollars to pay off debt. You can flow it to other wealth building strategies, right? If you become the bank and replace the function of that banking in your life, oh my gosh, there's so much more you can do. You can flow the money to investments, for stocks, for real estate. It's infinite. There's so many possibilities, and you get to use your imagination of if I store the dollars here instead of in a checking or savings account, and not or, and use it to do other things, man, now you got the money working for you at least twice, sometimes more, with the same capital, with the same dollars, and creating a legacy and a death benefit in the process. Certainly here to help. Okay. So that's just like something I thought about. and this was completely random. And if I can be of help, I'll even meet you in my backyard if you want, right? We'll hang out with the cornfield. But listen, if I can help, like, let me be of service. I want to make an impact. I want to make a difference, but I can't do that if you don't reach out.